going on, everyone? It's Tyler, and I'm going to tell you about the single most annoying thing that as a GrubHub driver you're going to have to deal with, and I'm sure you've already dealt with it before. And if you're a customer, if you use GrubHub to order food, do not do this. I'm about to tell you exactly what it is, and it's pretty obvious, but it seems to happen almost every day, and it's incredibly annoying. So as a GrubHub driver, my main objective is to pick up food from a restaurant and drop it off to the customer. Now I understand that restaurants are going to be slow sometimes. I'm going to wait to get the food, but once I get the food, my mission is to deliver it to that customer and move on next order to increase my earnings as much as possible during that shift. Now somewhere along the line, customers that order food believe it's okay to be in a location not only that's hard for us to reach, but to not answer their phone while we're trying to reach out to them and deliver the order. And 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, and apparently they just either don't want to answer their phone or they have their phone on silent. So we're stuck here as drivers just kind of sitting there, contacting customer support, explain the scenario, and then they have to tell us to wait another 5-10 minutes before moving on to the next order, ultimately wasting everyone's time. As a customer, they get their food later. We lose money by not doing as many deliveries as we can, and it wastes GrubHub driver care time because they have to tell us what to do. We know what to do, but we're required to call them and tell them about the issue of the customer not picking up the phone and not having a reachable address. When this happens, most times I'm understanding, but the other day it was outrageous. I had a delivery to what was kind of a factory and absolutely no way for me to get to the customer. I call them, and in the meantime, while I'm calling them, trying to reach them, I get an order going about 5 miles away from the opposite direction, picking up there, and then another 2 miles in the total opposite direction to drop it off to the customer. I call driver support, and I'm on hold for a good 5-10 minutes. I'm just on hold, not knowing what to do, so I just start driving away from the customer and move on to the next order, which I had already accepted before hitting delivered to the other customer. Once I arrive at the other restaurant, driver care tells me I should have stayed at the location for a good 15 minutes. Mind you, 15 minutes because I was on hold for 10 minutes waiting for GrubHub customer or driver care to pick up the phone, and then moved on to the next order after contacting them. The moment I get the food for the other order, the customer finally calls about 15-20 minutes afterwards and just says, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't answer the phone. Make sure, let me know when you get here." And then I have to give them a classic rant, which you as a GrubHub driver probably have done many times, and telling them, make sure you are available to answer the phone. We are required to deliver your food, and if we cannot deliver your food, we either A, have to move on to the next order, which means your time is wasted, my time is wasted, or B, ultimately, worst case scenarios, cancel the order and tell driver care we've tried many times if it's more than 20-30 minutes, and then you lose your food, and some of us GrubHub drivers can eat your food. If you're a customer at the workplace, make sure you have your phone on you and is reachable when you're ordering GrubHub. We are not mind readers, and we cannot figure out where you are in these giant mega factories, and we have better things to do than to sit around and wait for you to answer your phone and lose our potential earnings just because you can't pick up a phone. So what do you do as a GrubHub driver when this happens? Do you call the customer and leave a message like I do saying, "Hey, this is Tyler from GrubHub, I've arrived, but unfortunately I can't get a hold of you. I will wait for 5 minutes before moving on to the next order"? Or do you ultimately give them a lecture like I do sometimes when I'm in the mood, telling them that as GrubHub drivers we have multiple orders, you're not the only person in the universe, and we have other things to do than to wait for you to pick up your phone and deliver the food. And ultimately it delays the orders of other people when we're waiting for you to pick up your phone and to deliver to you. In the meantime, other people have to wait for their orders because we can't leave your spot until we deliver the food. Or are you an extreme case scenario that says, fuck it, I'm not going to deliver to you, I'm totally moving on to the next order, I refuse to deliver this order? I'm sure it does happen with people, and GrubHub doesn't seem to care too much what we do because we're independent contractors. I'm just curious, drop it on the comments section. Tell me what you do when you run into the issue of the customer not answering their phone and you cannot deliver the food. Do you just start to move on to the next order immediately, or are you like me and do the right thing, call customer care, and then tell them you can't deliver the order, customer's not picking up the phone, and then move on to the next order and ultimately have to go all the way back to the other customer to deliver the food where you were at in the first place? And if you're a customer, why don't you answer your phone? Is it that you have it on silent? Do you not understand that if you're in a place that's hard to reach, that we cannot deliver you the food until you pick up the phone and tell us exactly where you're at? Do you not feel the need to leave a little note in the notes section to tell us exactly where you're located at the workplace or in an apartment complex where you don't leave your apartment number? Let me know why I have to deal with this problem every single day. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. And for you Grubhub customers, pick up your phone if you are having us deliver to an apartment complex without the apartment number or a central workplace location where no one knows where the hell you are.